Well, hello there, history buffs. Glad you're ready to learn with more Explore Tulsa. Now, Stevie, how'd you do in history class?
I got an A.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Well, if it had been more than just one A, the rest of the grades made not such a terrific average.
Maybe you just needed a more entertaining way to learn. For instance, by becoming a bigger part of the experience, by actually spending time in a museum like the Sand Springs Cultural and Historical Museum.
I like doing tedious things where a lot of people enjoy being out. You know, I enjoy the storage room and everything that's in it. I'm a very nosy person, so I enjoy going through all of the wonderful things. And I found some, marvelous things here so far. I moved to Sand Springs about 2 years ago. It was built actually by Charles Page. He was a wonderful person. He was originally from Wisconsin and lost his father at a very young age. He actually came to Oklahoma City and then to Sand Springs, or actually Tulsa, in around 1903. And he decided that he wanted to have an industrial city here. And what his plan was, first of all, he took 30 orphans approximately from a bankrupt orphanage, and he created a home for them. He had athletic teams for these children. They wanted for nothing, and they had like wonderful meals and wonderful Christmas dinners and celebrations. It was like a true big family. So he decided to make a widow's colony for women that had been in the same predicament that his mother had been in. He built all of these little cottages for these women. I think you had to have like at least 2 children and be either a widow or, without a husband. And so of course he had to have jobs for these women. So he brought in all of this industry, like the curd jar manufacturing plant. He would invite people to come in and have their businesses here and like give them a bonus for doing that. And what is really amazing is the Widows Colony is still here today, helping women and children. His second wife, he died in 1926, and she wanted something, to represent his memory. So this was originally a library. So she had this built, this beautiful Art Deco style building, which is an artifact in itself. Sand Springs was built on a triangle versus a square because of the trolley car, which Charles Page started, to turn it around. And so the middle window in that area, she never wanted drapes on it because on that triangle there's a statue of Charles Page, and she wanted people to always be able to look out that window and see him. And then I think the museum actually started here in 2002, if I'm not mistaken. I had worked at the museum in Kingfisher for 13 years. And I came up here one day as a volunteer and met some people, and they were just delightful. Well, a position came open because they had not had a director or anyone for several years, and they wanted someone to do accession artifacts and do things like that. I'm really into being in the background and working with the artifacts, and that's what they needed at the time. It has been run by volunteers for the past several, and they have done a marvelous job. The museum has an association as well as a trust, and then day-to-day volunteers that open the doors and greet the people. Sand Springs is one of the most interesting towns I've ever been in, and it's like a hidden treasure when you hear about how it started and all of the wonderful people that are so proud of the heritage in this area.